Okay, looks like we are live on Facebook, soon to be live on YouTube and TikTok as well. Live on TikTok, awesome, and live on YouTube. All right, cool. I'm going to give people just a second to gather here while I finish my setup. All right, who came ready for a crossword today? Alright, I think I can see all my chats. And hello, and welcome to the Daily Crossword Live, where we solve one of Arkadium's crossword puzzles together. My name is Jack. I will be guiding us through this puzzle, but these are always the most fun when we work together. You'll always see the clues up here in this green panel, so if you think you know something, type it into the chat. I'll try to keep up with everybody's comments and really make this a crowdsourced solve. The last few days, everyone's been participating. We've really flown through these puzzles, and it's been super fun. All right, we have this large blank canvas in front of us, and it's up to us to fill this in. I see Sergey's here. I see Luncharoni's here. Some of the regulars. That's awesome. One across, dishonor. Anyone been mulling this over while I've been blabbing about? I don't know. It's not so easy just to get that from five blank letters. So let's keep checking. Hi Casey, welcome. Hawk's weapon. I'm not sure about this. I mean, if they mean the bird, I mean the beak or something. But there's also war hawks, like the metaphorical use of hawk. And I think of them as using weapons or being interested in weapons at least. Not entirely sure what that's getting at. 17 across is audibly. So we got dishonor, Hawk's weapon, audibly, and what's this? Oh, blank Witherspoon of Pleasantville. Okay, somebody in chat knows this. Anyone remember Pleasantville? It was a good movie where I think part of it was in black and white, and then they switched to color at some point, and Pleasantville was supposed to be this idyllic town in the 50s. I'm sure I'm getting some details wrong, but Reese Witherspoon was kind of this sort of perfect specimen in this perfect town, and then I don't remember what happens, but somehow color gets introduced, and then everything, her world gets turned upside down. Man, I haven't thought about that movie in ages. But somebody knows, even if you haven't seen Pleasantville, you know the actress Witherspoon. So that's what we're working on. Dishonor, Hawk's weapon, which is still a bit puzzling to me. Audibly, and Witherspoon. We can look at the ups and downs as well. Hello, Jade. Hello, Becky. Hello, Nelson. You here to solve a crossword puzzle? Headliner at one down. Healthy. Ah, Jade. Oh, wow, now we're getting great answers. Okay, Jade is saying talon for Hawk's weapon. I like that. That looks very promising. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. They use their talons to, tear apart their prey. Nice work, Jade. Thank you for that. And then Becky is coming in with Reese Witherspoon. Yes. Have you seen Pleasantville? Did I describe it at all accurately? I feel like I left a lot of details out, or maybe even added some of my own. Good morning, Breed. Bonastasia says they need coffee, and I've already had mine, so go get yourself a mug and come back. Nothing pairs quite like coffee and a crossword. Lindsay R. also says, yeah, talon. Okay, people are converging on talon, so I think we're feeling good about this one. Becky says soothing plant is aloe. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Nice job. Nice job. Okay, we got healthy, blank A, blank E. Headliner. I have an idea for this one. What's this one? Whipped dessert. Blank O, blank S, blank blank. Okay. And then make lovable. Okay. A couple things to work on here. Yeah, Lindsay agrees that aloe looks good. Jade says star for headliner. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, if you're the star of a show, you're the headliner, you're the main act. I think that's good. Lindsay guessed that as well. All right. Oh, Lindsay also says moose for 4 down. Hey, we're flying through this first section. I love to see it. Yeah, moose, a whipped dessert. It's a little early for me to have moose, but I am kind of in the mood now. Jade, nice. Audibly is allowed. And Sergey, welcome back. Shame and dishonor. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Hard to see that with no letters in the grid, but once we get some crosses, shame is looking beautiful. And check the downs. Healthy is hail, indeed. And what do we have here? Make lovable. Okay, we're getting the makings of a word here. What do we have at 23 across? America's uncle. Jade, you are on fire. Something tells me you solve a lot of crosswords. Is that right? Cat's sound. Okay, normally I would think meow, but obviously that doesn't fit. And everyone is shouting Uncle Sam for America's uncle at 23 across. That's looking great. Yeah, you solve a lot of crosswords. I do too. I can't get enough of them. 24 down, cat's sound. But we're kind of cutting one of the letters from how we usually say this sound. Yeah, mew. I like that. I'm curious actually about the etymology of mew versus meow. Mew, I guess they're both kind of verbs. They're not really nouns, are they? I guess a cat's meow, that's a noun. Why do we sometimes drop the O? Ball-shaped objects. What do we have here? Actor's prompt. Becky says spheres. Nice job. Wow, this first section flew by. Sometimes stream doesn't pick up until about halfway through, and the first section has all sorts of holes in it. Okay, where would cut be? Because I don't like cut for actors. I see, like a director might say cut. Is that the idea? An actor's prompt? Yeah, because I was thinking cue, which is maybe a more general word for a prompt, like a cue from a cue card. And the only reason I prefer cue is because this crossed at 29 looks more promising HE rather than HT. But I could be wrong, so let's check it. 29 down is robbery. Okay, Angie's agreeing with me that cue looks good. Angie on YouTube. Yeah, Jade agrees that cut doesn't work with the H. So let's see if we can make sense of robbery. Oh, and people are telling me scars. Injury marks, yeah. Man, I didn't even see that clue. Nice work. Opera tunes. This is almost an inside joke at this point. The Daily Crossword Live gets this entry, some form of it, in pretty much every single puzzle. Some words just show up all the time in your crossword puzzle. Becky says heist for robbery. Nice. That's a fun image. Picturing a getaway car and a lookout. Thick soup. Kaz, welcome. Yeah, Kaz is telling me that arias, which I swear we have seen this in about 90% of our crosswords. We're all opera experts at this point. Vorn, welcome. Vorn is saying puree for thick soup. Yeah, that's nice. It's funny, I don't normally think of a puree as a soup, but I suppose it is. It's definitely thicker than most soups, so the clue stands. All right, man, we are really cooking with gas. Witnesses at 41 down, starting with an S. And innate ability. That might be hard. That's a long one just with the A. Let's check this cross. Honoring, starting with an RES. And 48. Oh, Divan. Divan, is that how you pronounce this, I hope? Kaz says that they were here yesterday for the first time, just on YouTube, as Lindsay, but couldn't see the chat. Oh, I could see you. I could see Lindsay in the YouTube chat. I'm not sure what the... You mean you couldn't see the chat? Okay, but people are coming in with answers. We'll try to troubleshoot your issue, Kaz. But witnesses, people are telling me is C's. That works. And then, yeah, set T for divan, which in one of my first crosswords in the Daily Crossword Live, I didn't know this word, and my wife teased me about it after, and seems like all of chat knows this word as well. It's like a little sofa. That's the beautiful thing about crosswords is they teach you things. So now I know what a settee is. I'm sure I'm still mispronouncing it. Contradictive contraction. What a mouthful that is. Contradictive contraction. Who has ideas here? Okay, Ozma says ant. I don't see any hanging 3-letter entries though, so I'm not sure where you want ant. Yes, I am indeed reading 2 different chats. There's I have TikTok and I have YouTube and Facebook all going right now, and they are separate chats, so you guys can't see each other, so apologies for that. 44 across could be respecting. Yeah, I like that. We have agreement in form, honoring, respecting. That's what we like to see in crosswords. And to honor and to respect, they're synonyms. I think that's very plausible. And chat is just on fire today, which is awesome, but it also means I might miss a couple. So if I miss your contribution, I'm sorry, and maybe just type it again if I'm not paying attention to you. What's 30 down? Yeah, that's a good call. Religious group. Okay, S, 2 blanks and a T. Angie says isn't. I'm presuming that's for contradictive contraction. That looks promising. Man, say that 10 times fast. So I guess contradictive, like it contradicts. So isn't is a word you might use when you're contradicting someone. Gil says aptitude for innate ability. Yeah, that looks beautiful. Nice work. 4-letter word ending in U. Not too many of those, but Hawaiian Island is indeed one of them. Okay, and Kaz and Jade are telling me sect up here. Wow, we're really doing 2 parts of the puzzle at once here. Sect. Oh, wow, 2 Hawaiian clues. So we have a luau garland. We definitely know this one. 3 letters ending in an I. And Vorn tells me that the Hawaiian island is Oahu. Nice work. And we're getting lay. I've never done this before, just go toggling back and forth between 2 sections. I think it's going to be hard for us to keep up. So let's focus on this section down here. I'm sure we will make swift work of it. Throat clearing sound with an H in the second slot. Guitarist's aid. I would have thought like a pick, but that doesn't fit with Oahu. Guitarist's aid. Fly. Jade telling me ahem for a throat clearing sound. Yeah, that's got to be right. Nice work. Oh, Italy's capital. Okay, that's a gimme. And Ozma, you're new. Welcome. We do this every day, so do come back. Guitarist's aid. Is that what you mean for hand, Becky? Maybe. I'm a little troubled by this D, though, because Jade is telling me that Italy's capital is Rome, which has got to be right. So that makes me a little skeptical that the guitarist's aid is a hand. Scram. Okay. Oh, capo. Ooh, nice. Yeah, that looks good. You guys are good. You guys are really good. Okay, so we have 1 left in this section. Fly. Here is scram. Yeah, and Kaz just comes right in. Soar to fly, and let's check the crosses. Yeah, so when you tell someone to scram, you can tell them to scat. Those are synonyms. Breed also knew soar, and was a copycat. Aped. One of these words we don't use that much in daily language, but it comes up in crosswords periodically. To ape is to mimic. All right. Look at this. The entire left part of the grid is done. And we have so many jumping off points for the right side of the grid. We can start here at 36 across, a big one, wealthy, and they're telling us it's hyphenated. Okay. I see like well off, but that doesn't fit. But maybe something in that vein. 42 across is an average grade. And what's 38? Telescope part. Yeah, average grade, I think this is just going to be like the letter C. You know, C is the average of A, B, C, D, and F. So that's kind of what I'm leaning toward here. And that accords with what Jade is telling me for 38 down, which is telescope part as lens. Gil writing well-heeled for wealthy. Wow, I don't think that's a phrase I've heard before. It fits. So I'm definitely down to try it. But well-heeled for healthy. Wow. For wealthy, excuse me. Actually, let's just check the crosses right away on it. Okay, Blank Murphy of Shrek. The actors in the grid today have been gimmies so far, at least for me. Swarms, yeah, Eddie. Anyone have a favorite Shrek quote? They just announced a new Shrek movie. And Zendaya is playing Shrek's daughter. Nikhil, welcome back. I'm doing great. People are writing, wow, everyone agrees that "that's a nice boulder" is their favorite Shrek quote. That's hilarious. Andre also knew Eddie Murphy. Okay, I'm getting distracted by chat. I gotta keep driving this crossword forward. Double blank sword. We got French friend. And what's this? Cat breed, starting with an S. Double-edged sword. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Double-edged sword. And what do we have here? Water plants. Okay. Ooh, Siamese for cat breed. That looks great. And that's a long one. That should help. That should help. And what's this one? French friend. May, our co-host, our other host of the Daily Crossword Live, speaks French. Grew up in Montreal. Oh, and there she is in chat, telling me how to say friend in French. Thank you, May. Okay, swarms? Yeah, algae looking good for this. For water plants. And 33 down, leech. Yeah, maybe, except it no longer agrees with our crosses, and I feel decently good about our crosses. So maybe not leech. Yeah, teams. Debbie, welcome. Debbie says teams. So teams means like overflows with. So if it's teeming with bugs, it's swarming with bugs. Nice job. Okay. So now we're filling up here. 31 across, showy. 25 across is grade. It's kind of a vague clue. What do we have here? Intersection sign. Shove. Maybe push. Andy's native. And close or close. We don't know. Becky says stop. Oh, probably for the intersection sign, yeah. That's gotta be right. And Debbie telling me that grade is rate? Yeah, that looks right. If you grade a movie, you're rating it. Nickel says my commander is calling, need to go. Well, come on back anytime. We're here every day. It was nice to see you. 31 across, showy. And people are also telling me push, which was my first instinct. Seems like you guys agree. This PH is a little strange, so let's check it. But not strange anymore. Ancient Egyptian king. That's looking perfect. Breed tells me that 31 across looks like ornate and showy. Yeah, that works well. Let's check this 26. I didn't even see this clue. Dogwood or palm are both trees. Beautiful. Vorn, yeah, pharaoh. That is a strange looking word, is it not? We got a PH, we got an AO, H. I mean, you never see these letter combinations in any other word. 8 down, Hollywood Award. Okay. Got a lot of Hollywood in today's grid. Oh, near. What's that for? Yeah, close and near. Gotta be right. Okay. These will go down quickly. We got Gyrate, we got Melody, and we got a Hollywood Award. I'm already seeing Oscar. I'm already seeing Tune. Hi, Chloe. Nice work on Tune. And Gyrate. And the Andes native is an Inca. And Gyrate is to spin. Wow. You guys are just tearing through this puzzle. Made less tight. Okay. This is our only entryway into this section. Foreign writes loosened. That looks very good to me. Becky agrees. That looks very good. Okay, let's see. Let's have these crosses do some work for us. We got loose. Oh, no. Loosened was the down. What am I saying? Whip is L. Butter substitute with an O. Scandinavian capital. Okay. I think we know this one. And not hard. Several people are writing lash for whip. Yeah, Debbie, Vorn, Kaz. Everyone likes lash. I love when chat agrees. Sear, welcome. Sear coming in with a couple of new answers. Scandinavian capital being Oslo. Yes, indeed. Capital of Norway. I've never been, but I would love to. I hear great things about Oslo. Not hard is soft. Yeah. Very straightforward. Opposite of hard. And has anyone written this? If you did, I'm sorry I missed it. A butter substitute. And let's check these downs. Likewise, ego, and owl call. Yeah, but Kaz is telling me that the cross is oleo. That's the butter substitute. And all of these just slot into place. Likewise is also, your ego is yourself, and owl call is a hoot. And you guys are a hoot this morning, let me tell you. Okay, New York's Blank Park. I was just there the other day. Super famous park in Manhattan. Yeah, Central Park. Any New Yorkers in chat? Debbie tells me that, the card game is gin. Yeah, that looks right. Like gin rummy. I used to play that all the time with my grandmother. Everyone knows Central Park. Anyone been to Central Park? The ones here. Kind of a strange clue. What about these crosses? Consequently? Monthly expense. Gil says yepper. I'm guessing that's in response to my question, have you been to Central Park? So we got one New Yorker in chat. Okay, people are writing answers though. Let's see. Consequently, people say then. Yeah, that makes sense. A, then B. A, consequently B. The monthly expense, of course, is rent. Although this NT looks awfully strange. Okay, but it's an abbreviation, which gives me some hope that it's correct. Terminals. Still not sure. China's continent. Yeah, Angie writing Asia. Nice job. Oh, and rents. Right in the same section. So another word for rents. But what is this? Is something wrong? NTA. I feel like I have an error. Yeah, Vorn writes lets, which I like. I think that is kind of a synonym for rents. But something's wrong because these are not words. Single thing, init is not a word. Terminals, NTAs is not a word. The ones here, these, that seems to fit. Yeah, Jade says then is wrong, I think. I'm starting to agree. Debbie writes STAs for terminals. Okay, I think that's going to be short for stations. So that seems like an appropriate fix, but still we have errors. So let's take out this E and try to fix this. Single thing, Alexander, yes, unit. Oops, not J. Unit, and then consequently it's thus. Okay, yeah, then fit perfectly. That was hard to spot that error. But thus definitely means consequently as well. Good job catching our error. Wow, we only have one section left. This is a record for the Daily Crossword Live. We are just flying through this puzzle. So unless this last section, is somehow so much harder than the others, I think we're setting record speeds today. Second Amendment lobby. And what do we have at these downs? Biblical Mountain. The first biblical mountain I think of is Sinai, but obviously that doesn't fit. French title, starting with an M. Debbie on Facebook writes NRA for Second Amendment lobby. Yeah, that makes sense. National Rifle Association. I think that's got to be right. Yeah, they're the ones lobbying for the Second Amendment. Nice work, Debbie. Oh, wow, Debbie's just mopping up this last section. Okay, Gil also agrees that Ararat is the biblical mountain. And Amé, our resident French expert, says that Madame is the French title. Very nice. Mamie Lou, welcome. Mamie Lou also knew Ararat. Okay, some interesting downs as our foray into this last section here. 61 across is sun-dried brick. Then we got a crow-like bird, make right, and portable shelters. Mamie Lou says Adobe for the sun-dried brick. Yeah, that looks great. Wow, everyone coming in. Crow-like bird looks like raven. Indeed. Tense. I love when I can't keep up with chat. It feels so exciting. It feels like everyone's, shouting excitedly at me, even though I don't hear anybody. I just hear my own voice. But I feel the energy, guys. Baking chamber, twisted, and remnants. Yeah, we are indeed very close. Okay, but everyone's telling me this cross, which is going to lock everything into place. Make right is to amend. So let's just make sure the crosses work one by one. Baking chamber is oven, of course. Twisted and bent, that works nicely. And then remnants and ends. I think we got confetti on this one. Always do a dramatic pause before my last letter. Keep you guys on your toes. Do we get the confetti or do we have an error somewhere in the grid? Nice work. And yes, we did hit record time for the Daily Crossword Live. Thanks to you all. That was awesome. I think word of the day for me is going to be well-heeled, which is a phrase I really just don't remember seeing before. I learned SETI last week, and now I knew this one, but well-heeled. Well, I hope everyone in chat is well-heeled. Y'all deserve it. Y'all are smart. Stay curious. Keep solving crosswords. And if you like this, there's a ton more where that came from at Arkadium. They have a million crosswords, other word puzzles, and then games galore. Like, you won't get bored if you check out Arkadium, so do go there and come back. We do this every day. May will be streaming a crossword tomorrow at noon Eastern time. That's 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. And then I'll be back with some crosswords this weekend. So I'll see you all then. Looking forward to it.